Am I the asshole for leaving my mother at the airport with no ticket and no plan? This still weighs on me. Some background: my mom was abusive growing up. It got bad enough that at 12, I left through the courts and went to move in with my dad. That decision fractured our family. On the court paperwork, under name of child, she wrote something like, "I have no son." I've carried that with me ever since. I had little contact with her after that. Briefly at 17 and again in my early 20s, but not much consistently later. I now am almost 40. I spent over 20 years drinking heavily and finally got sober in 2018, which is when I made an effort to reconnect with my family, including my mom. She's closer to 70 now and has zero contact with 2 of her 3 kids. Reconnecting wasn't easy. When I asked if she had ever reflected on the abuse, she told me I was an adult and needed to let it go already. That was the turning point. I realized any forgiveness would be one-sided. If I wanted peace, it was on me. Since then, our relationship has been rocky, but present. We've had family reunions and even traveled overseas together for 3 weeks. We argue often, usually over small things, but we stayed in contact until this. Last summer, I invited her to my city to see a band she's been loving since I was young. The plan was simple. She'd arrive on Wednesday, we'd go to the concert on Thursday, she'd fly out my sisters to Friday, and I'd leave on Saturday for my own trip. When she arrived, she mentioned she only bought a one-way ticket and would book the Friday flight later. That made me uneasy, and I reminded her several times to make sure it was booked. I thought I was clear in my wording and tone that I didn't want anyone staying at my house while I was gone. Friday came. The concert was fine. Then she told me that she still hadn't bought a plane ticket, and now, with prices having gone up, she had planned to stay a few extra days. While I was away, I told her plainly, "I'm leaving at 5 a.m. tomorrow. You need to get on that plane." I even offered to cover the extra cost. She refused and invited herself to stay at my place. That's when I said clearly that I wasn't comfortable with anyone staying at my home while I wasn't there. She accused me of not trusting and said she was my mother. I said it wasn't about trust, I just didn't want anyone in my house. The argument escalated. Finally, she said, "Fine, take me to the airport." I think she was expected to cave. I didn't. I parked my car, grabbed my daughter, and drove her in the airport silently. When we arrived, it felt like a standoff, like she was waiting for me to say, "Never mind, don't go." I didn't. I took out her bag, set it on the curb, and told her, "If you can't find a ticket, let me know. I can help you pay for a hotel." Then I left. Months later, I'm still thinking about it. I don't think I stranded my mom with no options. I offered to cover the cost of the flight and hotel, but I did leave her at the airport knowing she hadn't been booked. Am I the asshole? No. Abusive mother, not the asshole. You're already doing more for her than you needed to. I don't know what to do, but you're good, bro.